Hi, my name is Adrienne. I am Frank Kermis's youngest daughter. I couldn't be here today because I am scheduled to have a baby today, but I would like to just share with you all what the last 9 months were like with Frank. My intentions are to bring peace to the Kermis family and anyone else who also loved my dad, but I do realize that some of this might be difficult to hear, and I do apologize. When my dad moved to Georgia in September of last year, he was sick. He explained he had had a stroke. He rather quickly lost his ability to drive. His hands and feet were feeling numb, and he would feel dizzy and fall or throw up from time to time. But Frank didn't want help from doctors. He didn't trust them. He lived in a lot of pain from an injury he had on his neck from childhood that the doctors tried but could never help him with. He did not want to live his life on painkillers. He wanted to be present. Years back, he had a hernia mesh surgery go bad, which caused him to have infection in his body that almost killed him. He then had a heart attack this year on Christmas. The doctors gave him a stent in his heart, and he was so upset because he didn't believe them that it was a heart attack, and he said he was going to sue them. My dad was stubborn, but awesomely original. I tried to get him a life alert. He didn't want it. I offered to get him a walker. He said those were for ladies. Some of my earliest memories with my dad are my favorites. He loved Sunday night football. There would be a dance party in the living room every time the intro song would come on. He took us on family walks to the movie theater, hikes to see waterfalls, water balloon and water gun fights in the summer. I loved the most when he bought us a trampoline and would jump on it with us. Having kids at such a young age must have been tough. I am 35 years old, having my first, and I am terrified. About once a year, for as long as I can remember, I would call my dad, pretty emotional. I would ask, why did he live in Arizona? Why would he not just live closer to us? I missed my dad. Frank Kermis was what I would call a news soul. He wanted to have fun every day. He only did what he wanted to do. He was a wild rebel without a cause from time to time, but he would also be the first to help anyone in his family who needed it. He showed up for the important stuff. My dad moved back to Georgia because he knew he was sick. He moved back to Georgia to make amends with my sister and I. He moved back to Georgia to show me the love and attention I had been begging for years. These last 9 months I got to spend with my dad was one of the biggest blessings in my life. We found him a little apartment 15 minutes away. I would visit my dad once or twice a week. I cut his hair, did his laundry, brought him food, took him grocery shopping. My favorite times with him were when we were grocery shopping. I'll never forget when I was helping him grab some toilet paper and I was like, okay, Dad, which one do you want, Charmin, Comfort, or Clean? And he was like, I'd rather be clean. My dad had a great sense of humor. We laughed together a lot. He was a huge animal lover. Animals loved him. I've never seen our dogs love someone else so much. He was a ladies' man. He managed to find a girlfriend in our teeny tiny small country town. It cracks me up. Population 200 people, and he found a girlfriend right away, no problem. When I would visit him, he was always saying how pregnant I was looking and asking how I was feeling, and I would just say fat and tired, how are you feeling? And he would just smile and say, okay, but I knew he wasn't okay. He didn't want me to worry about him. One of the last things my dad said to me was, if I die, I don't want anyone to be sad. He knew his time was growing short, and as sad as it is, I could tell he was at peace with it. He was changing a lot towards the end of his life. It was a person I had not seen before. He was a humbled man. He was kinder. He listened more than he spoke. He just kept saying all he wanted was to know his girls were okay. He just kept saying he just wanted me to be happy. He said he loved me a lot. If he ever didn't answer your call, it is only because he was tired of feeling sick and tired. I promise he knew how much everyone loved him. We could all be upset with Frank for not fighting harder to stay alive. Or we can honor his choices in his life by remembering the beautiful parts of him. I will make sure our son knows he had a grandpa that loved him, even if he wasn't able to meet him. Life is a gift. And what my dad gave me these last 9 months was the most special gift he could have ever given me, his time. And I'll always love and remember him that way. Thank you for letting me share this with you guys, and I wish I could be with you today. I love you all so much.